Henry Ford, the Battle of Midway, and Snapchat are all on this day. Hey, welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is June 4th. It is the 156th day of the year. There are 210 days left in 2020. It's also the 23rd Thursday of the year. Today is National Cheese Day. National Cheese Day celebrates and acknowledges cheese all over America. Cheese is one of the most consumed foods in the world. There are more than 900 cheese types, classified by taste and texture. I had no idea. According to the New York World's Fair, the world's largest cheese was put on display on this day in 1964, and it weighed 34,000 pounds. A big chunk of cheese. All right, let's see what else June 4th has given us. 1876, an express train called the Transcontinental Express arrives in San Francisco via the Transcontinental Railroad only 83 hours and 39 minutes after leaving New York City. This was a publicity stunt and was reported widely in U.S. newspapers. Only 10 years before, the same journey would have taken 10 months overland or weeks by ship, possibly all the way around South America. Yeah, that's how they got here. There's no Panama Canal back in the time. If you wanted to take a ship from New York to California, you had to go around. I'm taking a train this month around the U.S., 7 days on the train. It'll be a video on my other channel. I hope you guys watch it. 1896, Henry Ford completes the Ford Quad Cycle, his first gasoline-powered automobile, and gives it a successful test run. This was the first vehicle developed by Henry Ford. It was a very simple car, gas-powered engine on 4 bicycle wheels. That was it. And some form of steering apparatus. 1912, Massachusetts becomes the first state of the United States to set a minimum wage. The passage of the bill was significantly assisted by the Lawrence textile strike, which had raged for 10 weeks at the beginning of the year. The strike brought national attention to the plight of low-wage workers. 1919, women's rights finally happens. The U.S. Congress approves the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution. This guarantees suffrage to women, and they send it to the U.S. states for ratification. Basically, this amendment prohibited the states and the federal government from denying the rights to vote to citizens of the United States on the basis of their sex. There's a great movie HBO did years ago about this called Iron-Jawed Angels. Great movie. I think I've watched like 3 times. It's not something I've ever been interested in, but it was just such a good movie. 1939, in an attempt to save these individuals, the MS St. Louis, a ship carrying 963 Jewish refugees, is denied permission to land in Florida in the United States after already being turned away in Cuba. They were forced to return to Europe with the refugees. Unfortunately, more than 200 of its passengers later die in Nazi concentration camps. The thing is, I don't think Cuba and Florida knew what was going on in Germany at the time, really, when they turned them away and knew what the consequences would be. I think if this would have been years later, it would have been a different story and they would have accepted them in a heartbeat. 1942, World War II, the Battle of Midway begins. The Japanese order strikes on Midway Island by pretty much the entire Imperial Navy, almost. This battle was a turning point of the war. The United States won this battle. It was the biggest win to this point, and it was a lot of luck and a lot of bad decisions by the Japanese that really helped us win. I could spend 2 hours talking about this. I think you guys should, read up on it. It's pretty interesting. 1961, the Cold War. In the Vienna summit, the Soviet premier sparks the Berlin crisis by threatening to sign a separate peace treaty with East Germany, ending American, British, and French access to East Berlin. 1970, Tonga gains independence from the United Kingdom. 1975, the governor of California, Jerry Brown, signs the California Agricultural Labor Relations Act into law. This was the first law in the U.S. giving farm workers collective bargaining rights. Now, if you're wondering, yes, Jerry Brown's been the governor of California a few times, back in the 70s and then just a couple years back. 1989, the Tiananmen Square protests are suppressed in Beijing by the People's Liberation Army. Between 241 and 1,000 protesters were killed. That's the unofficial estimate. Kind of a big estimate. You think they'd be able to count a little bit better, especially when you're out killing your own people. Most people refer to this as the Tiananmen Square massacre. 2010, Falcon 9 takes off. This is the maiden flight of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, which launches from Cape Canaveral, Florida. That Elon Musk, man, guy's a smart dude. Released on June 4th, 2004, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is released. Also on June 4th in 2009, Tosh.0 premieres on Comedy Central. That show's still going. I love that show. Born on June 4th, 1975, Angelina Jolie, American actress, filmmaker, humanitarian, and activist. She's been named Hollywood's highest paid actress multiple times. I did like the movie she made about Louis Zamperini, who was a local hero from where I grew up in the South Bay of Southern California. He's a World War II hero. She made that movie Unbroken, and it was about him. Great movie. 1990, Evan Spiegel, American internet entrepreneur and co-founder and CEO of the American social media company Snapchat, or Snap Incorporated. Spiegel was named the youngest billionaire in the world in 2015. Died on June 4th, 1998, Josephine Hutchinson, American actress. She acted in several theater plays and films such as Son of Frankenstein, North by Northwest, and more. She died at 94 of natural causes. Alright, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.